sure enough, hear you calling. Feel that gentle rain be falling. See where you at, my darling. And I know you mighty grow. You want a second line from the Garden District down to that lower nine. Legion fears till they crunch your train. You know it's strange, but some things remain the same. Way on down that Mississippi, gonna find that sweet old Crescent City, called Sweet Home New Orleans. Love to hear you calling, and feel the gentle rain be falling. I love to hear where you at, my little darling. Right up pretend you hear a little funky piano. Buy you St. John and take you right down to South Louisiana. Creole and a Cajun got gumbo cooking in the pot. From Mid-City down to Old St. Rock. Just love that city that cab forgot. Sweet on, sweet on, sweet on, New Orleans. Music in it, everywhere. From Bourbon Street down to the Trummy. Body growing engine on kind of a day.
Voodoo is a religion. Catholicism stemmed off of voodoo and paganism back in the day. Voodoo is all used for positive transfer of energy for karmic purposes. So it's all good karma. It's all for different spells and rituals to different shamans and spirits to then be able to achieve prosperity, protection, money in abundance, peace, tranquility, conquering obstacles, transformation, all a whole bunch of different positive things that can help enlighten you and to get to your most spiritual potential.
Do you think voodoo is a big part of New Orleans culture?
Voodoo is really, really big in New Orleans because we had Marie Laveau. She was the biggest voodoo queen practitioner in all of the world. She was born here and she was also killed here. So a lot of her energy, I feel like, stays in this town. It has a lot of karma and a lot of synchro destiny happens here in New Orleans. She has this town really protected, you know, with her being buried about 4 blocks down the street. Yeah.
Are there any voodoo myths that you think are very prominent in New Orleans culture?
Yes, a lot of the myths that I tend to see on TV, whether it be American Horror Story or whether it be the media in general, they talk about voodoo in a very negative aspect with the stick and poke things. That's not even, that's nothing to do with voodoo. That's a completely made up thing. Voodoo dolls that we have here are all blessed by different spiritual practitioners from all over the world, and they're blessed for positive things, like I said, like protection, peace and love, conquering obstacles, money and abundance. It's all for positive things. It's an individual doll to yourself that you bless, pray with. You know, you give them a name, keep them in your room, and it's supposed to keep you safe and keep you protected, depending on which voodoo doll you go for.
Is voodoo a mainly evil religion, or do you think that is a myth?
That is definitely a myth. Voodoo is all used for karmic purposes, so it's all for good, positive, spreading positive energy, doing spells and ritual work to help others achieve their fullest potential, whether it be they want money and abundance in their life or whether they need protection from whatever, because there are, you know, there's demons and there's, you know, good, just anywhere you are.
Is sacrifice a big part of voodoo, or is that a myth as well? Sacrifices do happen with voodoo, whether it be sacrificing your favorite vegetable to one of the shamans and spirits, or whether it be sacrificing, say you got $1,000 and it's just, for us, it's meaningless. Money is meaningless. So then you burn it and say a prayer to the individual shaman, and that's just basically saying, hey, we respect you. We don't need this, object. Same thing with animals. If they do sacrifice animals, it is all for draining the blood, not eating the meat, and having that animal be for the individual shaman. And as much as it might come off as evil or bad, it's really all it's doing is showing your love for the individual shamans.
How many spiritual shamans are there in voodoo?
There's many, because Catholicism did stem off us. We have Saint Joseph, Saint Francis, all of the saints that they have, along with we have Oya, we have Papa Legba, we have probably around 12 different shamans that are all used for, some of them are for swift change, some are for conquering obstacles, one's for transformation, one is crossroads, one is the conqueror of iron will and fierce protection. We have Freda for love, so they're all stand for different things, and that's who you pray to and do the rituals to the individual shaman to then bring their enlightenment into your life, regardless of what you are wanting to focus on in your life.
Do you know any differences between Haitian voodoo and New Orleans voodoo?
The only thing is that voodoo originated in Western Africa and then moved over to Haiti. It was a small group of people, and then it ended up here because of the slavery times. A lot of them end up being shipped over here. So the slaves would then meet up in this park right down the street and do their rituals there. All of the owners of the slaves, whatever, they would, they were thinking that they were trying to plan an escape route, when really they were just doing their rituals to protect themselves and to also, protect other people that are here, that came over involuntarily, over here to America.
Do you know how a voodoo ceremony works?
I do. I don't do them personally, but it's just a setup of candles, different herbs and flower blends, different oils, and different rituals that you say out loud. That is it's a different language, so it's something that you speak to, and you speak to bring out these individual shamans and have them bless the individual items that you are trying to bless, whether it be a spell or whatever it may be.
La famille de ma mère, la famille de mon père, Kishkin.
Haché, Aqua, Chabarunzi.
ago in New Orleans, Louisiana, named Marie Laveau. Believe it or not, strange as it seems, she made a fortune selling voodoo and interpreting dreams. She was known throughout the nation as the Voodoo Queen. Folks come to her from miles and miles around. She'd show them how to put that voodoo down. To the voodoo lady, they would go, rich, educated, ignorant, and poor. She'd snap her fingers and shake her head, then tell them about their lovers, living or dead. An old lady named Widow Brown, she asked why her lover stopped coming around. The voodoo gazed at her and squalled, I seen him kissing a young girl way up in Shakespeare's park. And then there are no